Good morning. It is 8:47 a.m. on Thursday, April the 8th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I've actually been up for a little while. This is 5 more minutes. So I've actually been poking around not starting the video because here's also why I said the date may be a little bit strange is that today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. But I don't know, I kind of just sat here for a little while, scrolling social media and stuff and kind of doing anything but actually starting the video just because, I don't know, it felt like, gosh, it's my birthday. Do I need to talk about that? Like, what do I have to say about that? I mean, when you're a little kid, obviously, birthdays are very important to you, but, as you get older, each individual one doesn't matter so much. I mean, I think it's nice to acknowledge birthdays and to kind of note their passing, but I'm not sure that I know a lot more now than I did last year. It's kind of it's a little bit like how I feel about New Year's is just that, like, sure, yeah, you can note the moment when the clock turns over, but it's still, I'm not fundamentally different than I was yesterday. But it's it's my birthday, and I thought about taking the day off. I still need to, I'm running late for doing actual work today. And we'll see how I feel later this afternoon. Might make it a half day or something. I have some stuff that I have to do this morning. But, just kind of still have to do all the things that I need to do. Doesn't really change any of that stuff. But, just kind of feeling more or less okay today. It's tricky because it's a little bit like I was saying yesterday. I think that there's a lot of stresses out there. Not that there haven't always been, but I think that it's like I was saying yesterday. I just feel like I'm noticing that there's all the stresses that everyone kind of just deals with all the time. But yeah, there's something kind of in the air about this, uncertain people. Lots of people are getting vaccinated, and that's great. But when do we actually, I still have to put on my mask to go outside. So what's, when does that stop, right? And obviously there's an awful lot of people who either would say, oh, sure, now that I'm vaccinated, I just don't wear the mask. And, of course, that's not what the science says. And then there's, of course, lots of people who refuse to wear them before. But I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, so I guess I'm just kind of plugging along. Yeah. Just when it comes to birthdays, I'm just thinking about how, it does feel more important when you're a kid, but that's partly just it's a perspective thing. You haven't had as many. But also just there's such a noticeable, like I have a niece who last month turned 2. There's a big difference between her, her life at 1 and her life at 2. Right? And it's not, the day, but obviously if you look back over the course of that year, she's come a long way. Whereas if I look back over the course of this year, I mean, obviously this is not the best year in general for people to look back and say, hey, what did I accomplish this year? I think for an awful lot of people, just surviving this year is accomplishment enough. And so, just kind of, we can all cut each other some slack on some of that stuff, help each other get by. I actually had just makes me think again of seeing an update about my niece where uh, it was from her, like from her daycare teacher, saying that one of her friends was having big feelings today, and she went up and asked them if they wanted a hug, and when they said yes, she gave them one. And I was like, that's good. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, I'm still feeling a little sleepy. I need some caffeine. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.